Klaus seems great.
He is. It's just...
Okay. Hi. Hi. Hello. How do we... Oh, I do this or no?
No.
It stays there. Okay. Sorry.
That's all right. So what new things did they throw at you on the next season? The new season?
They haven't thrown anything at me yet. They've only done 2 episodes, and Snot isn't in either one of them. So I've been going in, but it's mainly redoing stuff that they didn't like from last year. So, which is part of my job, part of all of our jobs, is once they start putting the animation to the voice, they realize there's something about it that doesn't work for them, and so they call you back and you redo new lines, that kind of thing. So that's all I've done so far. Now, this gentleman, what's your name again?
You use that term lightly.
And you have actually been there, and you know what they've been doing so far.
We've done 2 table reads of the new season of season 14 so far, and they're great. They're really, really good. The good news is that they've got a great team of writers. Always add a couple of new ones each season, and it's really fresh. It's still really funny. It's a great show. It's not tired at all. It's got great strength and a lot of funny.
So your favorite highlights from this next season are?
From the upcoming season, I can't remember any of it because we recorded it over a year ago, and I've not seen it, and so I couldn't tell you a single thing about it. The writers they can give you a nice little nutshell, but I can't.
The funny thing for me is because I spend a lot of time in different cities, I'm in hotel rooms, and by the end of the day, I'm back in my hotel room, going through whatever is on TV, and I find the American Dad channel, where it's been, running, and I see episodes that I've never seen before. And it's the only time that I can really catch up and feel like I know what's going on is when I'm in, a strange hotel room.
We're coming up on 300 episodes, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I mean,
thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Your vodka.
Thank you.
So, do you have anything special happening with your character? And if you can't answer that, you do it in a
I cannot answer that. It is all very secret. There's nothing that I can hint at or tease to you about. Although we have been speculating about a road trip special episode with Snot and Klaus.
Yeah, I'm going to drive.
And I'll tell him where to go. And together we will find happiness and hijinks along the way. We're just making this up, though.
Yeah, it's actually...
We would like this episode. We think this is a strong pitch.
Mr. Armstrong, do you know if the character Snot was named before you came on board, or was that a nod to your previous roles?
No, it was a nod. It was already. He was already called Snot, and this is one of those jobs that I actually was offered. I didn't read for it, so it wound up being. It was obvious that it was. I guess Seth had fond memories of Snot, of Booger. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I've never talked to Seth or seen him.
So after 14 years, do you guys ever get a script and are surprised by anything that's in it?
I'm surprised if I'm in it at this point. But that's about all.
No, yes. There are episodes that are surprising. Definitely. Still.
Roger and Stan, Snot and Steve,
they have love-hate relationships, but they're very loyal to each other at times. Can you say that you had some, who would you say in your personal life you had loyal moments and loyal times and loyal people in your lives yourselves?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
Stan and Roger, Snot and Steve, they're very loyal to each other.
Yes.
They can have some love-hate between times. There's many times you've seen them clash.
Yes.
Do you have like a personal people in your life that you can find that same loyalty from?
Yes, my dog. Yeah, my pug is like that. We got, he's got a lot of medical issues, but
Loyal to a fault.
he's loyal. He's very loyal, but resistant, and it just keeps going. It's just we keep renewing him every season, and he's still with us.
Was there any chance when you received any script from past episodes you say, shit, we don't want to cross this line, we have to review this?
Happily, no. No, there are lines that were crossed that my character didn't have to cross, so I was okay with it. I don't think I've ever seen anything where I found it offensive. For me, in a way, the kind of humor in these shows, American Dad or Family Guy, it's not humor. A joke is not made to affirm that this is how things should be. A joke is made in irony, a much disappearing substance in this country. It's made to show how outrageous something is, how over the line something is. That's why it's funny, not because you want it to be true. So for the most part, I really don't have a problem with it. It's not offensive to me.
And I don't have any issue with it because I've done other things so much worse that nothing in American Dad is particularly.
And that was your middle school time.
I know. Yes. Yeah. So I don't. For me, this is like.
Yeah, it's pretty tame.
It's pretty tame, especially for Snot. I mean, with the name notwithstanding. The funny thing about the name is, it started out as that sort of inside joke because I was doing the character with Booger, but now it's kind of weird actually because he's so genuine and so nice and such a sweet, normal guy. You know, nice Jewish kid.
He's been through hell.
You know, right? I mean, yes, he's had a little bit of a thing. But you know, not intentional. And so it seems weird that they still refer to him as Snot, which seems more of a different, slightly different.
The show ultimately, most all episodes, they end up in a sweet place.
Yes,
everyone comes back together. Everyone's supporting each other. The family is reunited. It's ultimately an uplifting, kind of straight ahead, but off the rails family sitcom.
Yeah.
In the end, it's not a show that just pulls everything apart and knocks everything down. It follows the rules of a typical sitcom, so it's actually kind of sweet, I think.
The truth is, I wish my family had been more like them. But what? What do you know? Who's been talking?
With the warlord for goldfish.
Yikes.
And is there any ideas that you are throwing to the writers' room that, hey guys, maybe it will be cool to go this way or that way?
I'm trying to get them to let Klaus sing German pop songs from the 80s. Little 99 Luftballons, you know, that kind of thing. I've always wanted to do that.
So how do they react when you try?
They usually smile and turn away. Or there's more often like an expression of disgust or disdain, and then they turn away. But it's okay. I'm used to that. I can take that, and I'll just keep coming up with silly ideas for them
that they can ignore.
That they can ignore because that's their job.
Or they can ignore then, and then like a couple of years later, suddenly they come up with this great idea.
And there's no paper trail, so you couldn't tell
exactly.
it before. Yeah,
exactly.
You're right.
You know,
that's the way to do it. See, they're smart.
I found that happen.
This is how you lose your aim, going for them, for their ideas.
Yeah.
If I was able to hop into any other body, what body would you, if you had a choice, what body would Klaus hop into?
Ariana Grande? I don't know. I mean, Klaus would hop into anybody gladly, I would say.
But especially.
Especially. That's terrible. That's just terrible. On this day of all days, it's terrible.
Why this day? Oh, this day. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Follow me.